children now, including his two fur babies, Coco and Sasha. I want to start off by thanking you all for coming out today to celebrate and honour my father's beautiful wife. I know some of you travelled a very long distance to pay your respects, and I know my dad would have loved seeing you all together. Although today is going to be a very hard day, I want to take this time to honour, celebrate, and remember the life of our daddy as we breathe in farewell. Know that his spirit will forever dance in the gardens of eternity, leaving a trail of beautiful memories and a legacy of love that will resonate through time. My dad, Ray Anthony Patenia, or as many fondly call him Ray, was a devoted husband, a loving father, and a great man. To say he was a great man would be an understatement. He was born on the 25th of October 1974 at San Pedro Hospital of Davao City, Philippines. Born to parents Ramiro and Amanda Patenia. Daddy was the fifth child among his 5 other siblings. Since the day he was born, he always had a big heart and desire to be there for others and to radiate positive energy in every room he enters. I keep coming back to one thought. Never will you meet a man who will faithfully live his values. Though my dad was born with a silver spoon, he always stood on his own 2 feet and never depended on his advantages. He attended St. Mary's College of Dango from kindergarten up until he completed elementary school. He then went to Letran de Davao, which at the time was an all-boys secondary school. Prior to starting his own family, he has served as his father's right hand in running the family business while completing his education and pursuing his career. Furthermore, he discovered something else to pursue: my mother's heart. The happiness on Daddy's face as he talked about his love story with Mummy is incomparable. It is as if he was brought back 37 years ago when he was 12 years young to the first moment he saw Mummy and said with absolute certainty, "That's the woman I'm going to marry." They had not seen each other for 2 years until fate brought them back together on the dance floor at a disco. A mate he was with saw a girl and wanted Dad to be his wingman and introduced him to her, but when he realised it was the same girl he had lost his heart to, he instead found a means to bring himself to my Mummy, and from that moment he did not stop. 9 months later, he invited Mummy over to his house for his 40th birthday and introduced her to his parents and siblings. That day also marked the first dance to the song Starlight Express by Andrew Lloyd Webber and El DeBarge. The following month, my Mummy finally put an end to Dad's courtship to her for almost a year. They called it official. Before Daddy graduated from the University of Bohol in the Philippines with a degree of Bachelor of Science in Criminology, they had Kuyakar. And from there, his love for Mummy grew much stronger, which followed by the birth of me in 2002 and Jacko in 2010. Although my dad was a big on the I love yous, I never once doubted the absolute love he had for myself, Mummy, Kuyakar, Jacko, his in-laws Akachona and Chris, and his grandson Sky. There was never a time when I couldn't go to my dad for help and not leave with a new perspective and life advice that shaped me into the person I am today. But that's who my dad was, a devoted, honest man who taught us to always learn something new and strive to better ourselves every day. If I recall properly, my dad began working in the provincial jail in Davao City as a jail officer in 2002. Throughout my childhood, I remember Dad telling me a number of times that when I was still a baby, I would not go to sleep in my Mummy's care until he returned from work. When he changed out of his uniform, he would hold me while sitting in the rocking chair until he fell asleep. As I grew older, he'd take me to his workplace and introduce me to his mates there until I got along with them and became friends with them also. In kindergarten, I graduated as valedictorian. When the principal selected me to give a speech at my graduation ceremony, she was happy for me to read it out. Dad, however, preferred that I He would take me to rehearsals, and we would rehearse at home, and I will never forget the happiness on my dad's face. It was a proud moment for him. When I transitioned to elementary school, he really put me on the pedestal as he saw a strong potential in me to get into the special science class, which was the highest curriculum in my school. I never felt ashamed every time he carried me or piggybacked me whenever he collects me from my classroom at the end of the day when I was on my first grade. He began reviewing IELTS for butchery in 2012 while being employed at the same position. And Dad, just being Dad, he undoubtedly passed. Judge Susanna Bauer offered Dad a position as a sheriff, while he also passed the trade test for Teens Australia in Wagga Wagga. Although the sheriff position would have been sufficient to support the family, given that Kuya was in university while I was in elementary school, and Jacko was due to start play school. In October 2013, he made a decision to cease his employment at the provincial jail and took a big leap of faith to Australia as he believed that it would provide us with a better life and security. In 5th grade, our class advisor, Mrs. Bigale, asked the entire class, "Who is your best friend and why?" And without even thinking of an answer, I raised my hand. It naturally came. When Mrs. Bigale chose me, most people in my class were teasing me thinking I was going to say my crush's name. But when I said, "My dad," everyone went silent. And to answer the question, why, I said with tears, because whenever I'm down, he's the person I can always count on. When the class was dismissed that day, I called Dad on Viola, and I just wanted to hear his voice because I missed him. Around July or August of 2014, Dad announced that our visa is ready and that the rest of us in the Philippines are ready to move to Australia. On the 11th of September 2014, Mummy, Jacko and I arrived at the Sydney airport. Although Dad has drastically lost so much weight, I still recognize him very well as he stood next to the lift. I ran up to him and hugged him tightly. I'll take probably a week to talk about my dad, but I'll keep this nice and quick. Daddy,